Welcome, kindred soul. I'm honored to be here with you and share a spirit led message to nourish your soul. As we go through the teachings, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Return anytime you want clarification or simply want more nourishment. At the end, I will be providing you with the option of extended teachings if you wish to continue. Let's open the best frequency by speaking words of positivity. I am light, loved, and whole, created, and designed for a purpose. I give and receive abundance, and work with all my heart as I open the pathway for others. Let's begin, kindred soul, by diving deep into the heart of our spiritual journeys, seeking light in the darkness and understanding in our questions. Today we're exploring a theme that resonates deeply with many of us navigating the dark night of the soul, a term that speaks to those periods in our life where we feel utterly lost, where God seems distant, and our spirit feels heavy within us. But here's our beacon of hope. Even in these moments, God is closer than we might realize. Let's embark on this journey together, discovering how, even in our darkest nights, we are held in the loving presence of God. The term Dark Night of the Soul originates from a poem written by the 16th century Spanish mystic Saint John of the Cross. It describes a spiritual crisis, a moment of profound inner emptiness, and the feeling of being utterly abandoned by God. Yet St. John's message is not one of despair, but rather a profound declaration of hope. These moments, as dark as they are, serve to purify our souls and bring us into closer union with God. In our lives, these dark nights can manifest in numerous ways. Grief, loss, doubt, or even a deep sense of spiritual disconnection. It's a universal experience, one that transcends faith and traditions. Yet, it holds a promise, a divine whisper that we are being led to a deeper understanding and a closer relationship with God. Let's turn to Scripture as a reminder, for it is filled with voices that cried out from the depths of despair, yet found comfort in God's presence. The Psalms, in particular, offer us a language for our suffering and our hope. Consider Psalm 23, a beacon of hope for many. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. In this verse, it acknowledges the reality of walking through the darkest valley, yet holds on to the unwavering presence of God as a source of comfort and courage. It's a powerful reminder for us, especially when we feel alone in our struggles. Another profound example comes from the book of Isaiah, where God speaks directly to our fears and assures us of his constant presence. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10. Here, God doesn't just promise to be with us, he assures us of his support, his strength, and his guidance. Even when we can't see the way forward, God is actively involved in our journey, holding us up and leading us through. As we reflect on these scriptures, I hope it's clear that the dark night of the soul is not an abandonment by God, but rather an invitation. An invitation to trust more deeply, to let go of our illusions of control, and to allow our faith to be refined. It's in these dark nights that our true dependence on God comes to the forefront, where our faith is stripped down to its essence, and we are invited to experience God's presence in a more profound and personal way. I want to share a story with you about a woman named Maya, who journeys through her own dark night of the soul to find hope and renewal on the other side. Maya had always been the beacon of positivity in her circle, the one who could find a silver lining in every cloud. However, life's relentless challenges began to erode her unwavering optimism. It started with the loss of her job during a wave of layoffs that swept through her company, a job that was more than a paycheck. It was her passion and a significant part of her identity. Soon after, a relationship that she believed would stand the test of time came to an unexpected end, leaving her heart in pieces. As these personal setbacks accumulated, Maya felt a darkness enveloping her spirit, a kind of despair she had never known. Her once unshakable faith started to waver, and the world seemed dimmer, less inviting. She was facing her dark night of the soul, a period where all the external sources of light in her life seemed to extinguish, leaving her to navigate an inner landscape she had never explored. In the depths of her darkness, Maya felt isolated, as if she was adrift in an endless night with no stars to guide her. Prayer, once a source of comfort, now felt like whispering into a void. The vibrant woman who had always believed in facing life with hope and resilience was struggling to find a single reason to smile. But then, during a particularly low moment, Maya stumbled upon an old journal, a gift from her grandmother filled with words of wisdom and encouragement. As she turned the pages, she read a passage that struck a chord deep within her. The darkest nights produce the brightest stars. These words, penned in her grandmother's familiar handwriting, became a lifeline. Maya began to journal, pouring her fears, her grief, and her dwindling hopes onto the pages. This act of writing became a form of prayer, a way to connect with herself and, subtly, with the divine. She started to seek solace in nature, taking long walks in the park near her apartment, where the beauty of the earth spoke to her in ways that reignited a spark of joy in her heart. Slowly, through these small, deliberate steps, Maya began to see her dark night not as a punishment or an endless abyss, but as a sacred space for growth and self-discovery. She realized that even in the absence of light, she was not alone. A loving presence was there, guiding her through the darkness. As months turned into a year, Maya emerged from her dark night with a newfound strength and a deeper faith. She discovered a passion for helping others navigate their periods of darkness, volunteering her time to support those going through similar struggles. Maya's journey through her dark night of the soul taught her that hope does not always shine brightly sometimes. It's a quiet force that grows in the darkest of places, leading us back to the light. Maya's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of hope to guide us through even the darkest nights of our souls, reminding us that renewal and growth often come from our deepest challenges. This story, like many of ours, reminds us that our dark nights, though fraught with pain and uncertainty, are not the end of our story. They are, perhaps, the most honest part of our spiritual journey, a crucible in which our faith is tested, purified, and ultimately strengthened. As we draw to a close, I want to leave you with a few thoughts. If you're walking through your own dark night of the soul, know this: you are not alone. God is with you, closer than your next breath, holding you in your pain, your doubt, and your fear. This period of darkness is not a sign of God's absence, but a sacred space where you are being prepared for new light. You are also not alone, because I am here. I am here for you as I go through it myself. Thank you for listening to this teaching. If you would like to go further with this teaching or any others, please visit firstlightteaching.com. I also want to thank any of you who may have donated. Your blessings have provided me the opportunity to bring this to you and share my light with the world.